Mga bata pa kayo.
Hindi ba siya nag-dats?
Ha?
Hindi ka
Hindi siya
Di
nag-dats?
ba ikaw yun, Bo?
Hindi si Kuya Germs ang nakadiscover sa kanya. Si Mr. M.
Hindi. Sina Billy Crawford naman yun, yung Kuya Germs.
Which yung 1998, high school ka pa lang noon.
Yes, high school. And si Mr. M, isa sa mga hindi ko makakalimutan kasi kay Mr. M. Nung nakita niya ako, sabi niya, ito si Andre, parang kiti-kiti, laging may energy.
Totoo naman.
Totoo naman.
Same pa rin.
Hanggang ngayon ba?
Hanggang ngayon.
Napaka-accurate pala nung
Pag makita ko si Mr. M, tinan mo, hindi na ako kiti-kiti ngayon, ha?
Naku, baka ma-disappoint ka sa sagot ni Mr. M.
Baka sabihin niya, parang hindi nagbago, ha? Pero congratulations, Mr. M. I can't wait. Kasi alam naman natin, isa siya sa mga talagang pioneer, halige, and iconic na talagang legends who have discovered a lot of stars in different networks. Siyempre, yung mga galing sa kapamilya, di ba? Pero, kumbaga, ang dami niya na-produce na magagaling. So, I can't wait sa mga kapatid stars natin, yung mga young stars, di ba? Ako proud ako, Mr.
At saka
M.
para sa'yo, proud ako. My gosh, 1998, Andre.
Ayan.
May
Sinabi mo ba kasi?
Parang
Ayan.
1998, alam ko na nga kung sino ka.
Ha?
Sa
Really?
mix, di ba? Mix VJ.
Ay, hindi pa siya
parang-
mix nun.
VJ.
Hindi ako bata pala ako, si Bok Ed, kilala ko na yun.
Or Candy Cutie.
Kakalokohan tayo dito.
Nananahimik si
Goodbye na nga tayo.
Nananahimik si Bok eh.
Bye na daw.
Maraming salamat, Bok Ed, Ligao, Sean Yao, and Pauline Verzosa. And the big story on our show. Wala muna mga past-past, ha? Wag muna, tapos na tayo dyan. We got results from the 11 games in the NBA plus a heartbreaking injury update on PBA player Keith Datu.
And we've got the latest from a doubleheader in the PVL Reinforced Conference as the second round officially begins.
Okay, let's get the show on the road. Thursday, one more sleep this Friday. And I'm Andre Felix.
I'm Denise Tan, sitting in for Cheska Litoncalaw.
And here's tonight's play-by-play.
Ramiro, the show by Mamoy Leaves, let it! Future moves, puts it on. Unbelievable! Gemma on the left side. Oh, the pass! Stumping another one! Bakunas rejecting Estebo for the
But let's kick off the show with NBA news as the Los Angeles Lakers score their fifth win in a row after surviving a chaotic finish against the San Antonio Spurs. What a game here. The Lake Show was already up by 2 with a second to go, but Marcus Smart committed an inbound violation which gave the ball back to the Spurs. Julian Champagny drew a foul on the next possession, so he heads to the line for 2, but he will be missing both free throws here, ultimately preserving the 118 to 116 win for the purple and gold. It was a hard-fought victory, to say the least, as the Lakers needed a 21-10 run to finish the game on top. Luka Doncic finishing with a near triple-double, 35 points, 9 rebounds, and 13 assists, also with a career high, 5 steals. Victor Wembanyama tallied 19 markers on 5 out of 14 shooting, as well as 8 boards in the loss. Lakers are now 7-2 on the season, and the Spurs suffered their second straight defeat after starting the campaign with 5 consecutive wins.
It was strange, they have an amazing team. They only lost one game. So to come back, being with AR and LeBron out, it's unbelievable. All these guys, they fight every moment of the game. So it's so fun to play with them.
To your point, your big man DeAndre Ayton has had a fantastic game and a fantastic start to the season. Marcus Smart was everywhere you needed him to be.
Just not on the baseline out of bounds.
Yeah, the baseline out of bounds all aside, but just what do you say about those guys and their play?
I mean, it's unbelievable. Like I said before, they're fighting like crazy. DA has been having an amazing start. Smart helps everybody on the court. So like I said, it's so much fun to play with those guys. And I'm just happy to get a win.
You guys did a fantastic job defensively on Wembanyama. Before the game, I don't know if you know this, he said that you're the hardest guy to scout because you've mastered the game. What is it like to compete against someone like him?
I mean, it might be him. He's the hardest guy to scout because he's unbelievable, He moves like that at 7'5", 7'4", whatever it is. It's just unbelievable.
Meantime, the Oklahoma City Thunder suffered their first loss of the season as they fall to the resilient Portland Trailblazers. This game also wasn't decided till the final seconds. Drew Holiday knocked down 2 free throws to put the Blazers up 121 to 118 with 6 ticks to go. The Thunder had one last shot at tying the game. Isaiah Joe got fouled on the other end, made a free throw of his own, and then intentionally missed the second one for a possible game-tying putback. But Portland secured the rebound and the victory 121 to 119. The Blazers actually fought back from as many as 22 points down. Denny Advija led the way with 26 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists. Holiday chipped in 22 markers. The Thunder are now at 9-1, while the Blazers improved to 5-3.
You know, I feel like we just had to get a feel. There in the beginning, I think they kind of punched us in the mouth, and you kind of felt it. You know, that 40 points in the first quarter. So I think from there we just kind of turned up the intensity a little bit, which we have to do from the beginning of the game. But and to that, just trying to be consistent in everything that we do. Offensively, getting to spacing, offensive rebounding, and then defensively, they have such great guards that even us picking up, you know, they in the beginning, I think they got a lot of easy layups. So just trying to take that away and take away the easy stuff and make everything contested. I mean, Denny's always important to us. I think the way that he pushes tempo, the way that he gets down into the paint and gets to the free throw line, helps us out, gets us in the bonus. And I think tonight he had 9 assists. So he's making plays for everybody else.
As for the New Orleans Pelicans, they escaped their own close fight against the Dallas Mavericks. Sadiq Bey leading the Pels here to a 101-99 win. He scored 22 points, grabbed 9 boards, and stepping up in the absence of injured stars Zion Williamson and Jordan Poole. 2025 top overall pick Cooper Flagg tried to pick up the slack for the Mavs with Anthony Davis and Derek Lively both sidelined as well. Flagg posted a team-high 20 markers as well as 9 boards, but he missed a game-tying basket with about 5 seconds left in the game. Dallas did try a different starting lineup against New Orleans here as the struggling Klay Thompson was moved to the bench while D'Angelo Russell took his place. Before this, Thompson last came off the bench way back in March 2024 during his final season with the Golden State Warriors. Both the Mavs and the Pels carry 2 wins and 6 losses. Here's a dejected Cooper Flagg talking about losing this much for the first time in his basketball career.
For me, it's the most, I've lost since, I think ever. So, it's obviously a lot different, and you have to adapt to just playing a lot more games and, get used to that. But, I wouldn't say anybody's happy. Guys obviously are trying to stay level-headed and know that we got a lot more games to go and it's still really early. But, I'm speaking personally, I know it's not fun to just keep losing games. So, I'd like to make a change and hopefully start, making steps in the right direction. I'm 18. I'm not that far removed from being those kids and, being a fan at an NBA game. So I think for me, it's just about, win or loss is one thing. Obviously, you have to be competitive in that, right, and, be focused on that. But that doesn't or can't take away from, giving back to the people that are there to support you. And
We have more NBA news later on the show, but for now, we've got updates from the Spikers turf. The Signal Super Spikers get back on track in a big way by sweeping the struggling PGJC Navy at 25-19, 25-14, 25-21. J-Rock De La Noche led the way with 10 points, while Phil-Am hitter Jared Schnacky impressed with his first start with 6 markers and 14 excellent receptions. Signal has 3 wins and 1 loss for solo second in the standings. Meanwhile, the Crisscross King Crunchers stay undefeated after sweeping the Savoj Spin Doctors 25-23, 25-18, 25-22. Jude Garcia once again led the King Crunchers with 13 points, while Noel Campton backed him up with 12 markers. Adrian Villados kept the offense humming with 20 excellent sets and 3 points. Crisscross is at 5-0, the only unbeaten team left in the tournament. Meantime, in the PVL, the second round of the Reinforced Conference has begun. Updates on a powerhouse doubleheader next year on Play by Play. Keep it here on One News.
Welcome back to Play-by-Play only here on One News. Still in the NBA, 4 wins in a row now for the Detroit Pistons as they show, well, they put away the short-handed Utah Jazz. Cade Cunningham scored 19 off his 31 points in the fourth quarter to seal the 114-103 win for Motor City. The 2021 first overall pick also dished out 10 assists. Big man Jalen Duren had a field day in the paint as he added 22 markers and 22 rebounds. Jazz did play without their usual starting center in Walker Kessler. The team announced that he needs to get a season-ending surgery due to a labral tear in his left shoulder. Svi Mikhailuk had a career high here, 28 points for Utah in a losing effort. Pistons now have 6 wins against 2 losses, while the Jazz dropped to 3 victories and 5 setbacks. Here's Detroit head coach J.B. Bickerstaff talking about their big second half and Cunningham's maturity.
That was it, right? That was the call to duty. We understood what we had to do. That first half, we weren't satisfied with the way that we defended. We knew we were capable of more, and that was the tone at halftime. Was we just got to go out. We got to play Pistons basketball, right? In the first half, we kind of messed around with the game a little bit on the defensive end. They've got good offensive players, so if you do that, they're capable of keeping up with you, staying in the game. But I thought we did a great job setting the tone, coming out in that third quarter. Growth, right? Understanding what plays are there and making the simple one over and over again. I think last year, when you go back and watch it, he got caught up in some of the home run plays, and that's where the turnovers came from. But I think this year, he's being much more deliberate with his passes, understanding, what's there and living in the moment, and understands how, that one turnover can impact, so much. It can be a momentum shift. So I think he's done a great job of maintaining himself in the moment and just making the simple read.
Donovan Mitchell went on his own scoring surge to lead the Cleveland Cavaliers past the Philadelphia 76ers. Final score here, 132-121 in favor of the Cavs, as Spida put up a season-high 46 points on an efficient 15-for-21 shooting clip. He also made 6 triples and sank all of his 10 free throw attempts. Mitchell's previous season high came just 3 days ago when he scored 37 in Cleveland's win over the Atlanta Hawks. The Cavs also welcomed back All-Star guard Darius Garland, who finally made his debut, or season debut rather, following off-season surgery on his big toe. He finished with 8 markers in 26 minutes of action. The Sixers got a combined 54 points from Tyrese Maxey and Quentin Grimes in a losing cause. Cleveland and Philly currently share identical records of 5 wins and 3 losses.
The biggest thing is just, coming together, setting the tone. Jared Allen was phenomenal. DG in his first game back, finding ways to get deflections. But, it was a choppy second quarter. There was a lot of stoppages, so it's hard to kind of catch a rhythm. But the way we started the third set the tone for the whole game.
You said in the fourth quarter timeout heading in to those guys in that huddle, you said, hey, this is where we have to test our mental. What were you trying to convey there?
Well, we've been here before, like I told you. I'm saying? And even tonight, we had there's some slippages there. Getting the ball in bounds, turnovers here, air ball here, like a bad shot. You can't have those, you know what I'm saying? And that's ultimately what got us to lose in the playoffs in certain games. So just trying to learn from that. We did a solid job overall, and, just about getting better each game.
How good was it to finally have your backcourt partner and Darius back?
Man, he makes life a lot easier, doesn't he, man? It's good to see him back, his energy, his vibe, and obviously, he's tired. He hasn't played in I don't know how long, but it's great to have him back, his spirit, his vibe. It's great for the group.
Your first 40 piece of the season, just a cool 46 on 15 of 21 shooting, only 2 turnovers. What allowed you to have so much success tonight offensively?
Just picking my spots. I'm fine. I'm in a rhythm. Like I said, my teammates make it easy for me, and they trust me to go out there and do my thing.
6 more NBA games for you tonight. Let's take a look at the results right now on your screens. Let's start with Nikola Jokic dropping another monster triple-double of 33 points, 15 rebounds, and 16 assists in the Denver Nuggets 122-112 win over the Miami Heat. Then the Brooklyn Nets finally get their first victory of the season after beating the struggling Indiana Pacers 112-103. And at the bottom of your screens, Jaylen Brown and his hair color leading the Boston Celtics to a 136-107 blowout win over the Washington Wizards. Okay, and then we see here the New York Knicks spoiling Anthony Edwards' return with a 137-114 dub over the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Houston Rockets extend their own win streak to 5 after defeating the Memphis Grizzlies 124-109. And lastly, Russell Westbrook shows his old form after notching a triple-double. Classic Brody here. And the Sacramento Kings 121-116 clutch win over the Golden State Warriors.
More volleyball news now as the second round of the 2025 PVL Reinforced Conference begins. The Creamline Cool Smashers won the first game of today's doubleheader. They overpowered the winless next-led Chameleons in 4 sets, 20-25, 25-13, 25-16, and 25-18. After dropping the first set, the Cool Smashers immediately found their groove behind the combined efforts of import Courtney Xuan, Michelle Gumabaw, Pang Spanaga, and Tots Carlos. They scored 50 of their team's 95 total points. The Cool Smashers climbed to solo fourth in the overall standings with 4 wins and 2 losses. The Chameleons fall to 0-6.
Honestly, wala, kinalimutan na namin. Naalala mo pa natin, hindi talaga namin iniisip yung past or yung record or hindi namin iniisip na kami yung defending champion. Talaga, when we step into the game, respect for all of our opponents, and syempre kailangan ibigay talaga namin yung best namin. So mahirap talaga sa amin na kinakalaban namin yung sarili namin through our errors. So more on, syempre we're gonna draw confidence from that na defending champion kami, but we have to work na parang hindi. So we really have to work harder than the other teams because they're also working hard. We have to play smarter, and kailangan pagpasok namin talaga sa loob ng court, mas gigil kami because kapag masyado kaming relaxed, as what happened to the first set, medyo yung energy namin bumababa talaga. So kailangan mas para kami talagang naghahabol every game, and yun, maging composed lang kami all throughout.
Meantime, the Signal Super Spikers are looking to revive their playoff push against the Akari Chargers. It's been a back-and-forth fourth match so far. Signal started strong to take the first set 25-21, but Akari came back to steal the second 25-23 and tie the game. The Super Spikers regained the lead by winning the third set 25-21. The fourth set is currently ongoing. A win for either side will greatly boost their quarterfinal chances. And coming up, a rare tennis showdown between the sexes. We tell you more about a year-end match between Narina Sabalenka and Nick Kyrgios. More stories when play-by-play returns only here on One News. You're watching Play-by-Play on One News. Welcome back. The Rain or Shine Alaska Painters will need to find more ways to survive after losing yet another player to injury. Keith Datu is officially out for the rest of the season because of a ruptured patellar tendon. Datu got hurt last night in the third quarter of Rain or Shine's 91-80 win over the Phoenix Fuel Masters. As Datu was rolling to the basket, he slipped and fell hard, later holding on to his right knee. The E-Painters are already without big man Kalen Tiongson as well as Stanley Pringle. They're also managing the minutes of veteran Bo Belga, who dealt with vertigo earlier this year. The silver lining, though, is that Rain or Shine is currently leading the league behind a 5-1 win-loss record. They will next face the NLEX Road Warriors on Saturday.
Nawala pa si Keith. Kalen still not available. And then yun nga, we were trying to manage Bo's minutes, no? Hindi namin siya masyadong pinupuwersa. So kulang talaga kami sa bigs manpower namin. But we're struggling, but we're still here, no? We're finding ways to win. He's already been having issues, no, with his knees, no, even before. Baka puro gwardiya na lang ilaro namin, eh. Kailangan lang na magpasensya pa ng konti, maghintay pa kami ng konti. Kasi ang pinaghahandaan talaga namin, yung last 3 or 4 games namin, medyo yun ang mabibigat na kalaban namin. And then we have a 2 or 3 week gap in between games. So that's really the time we will try to make use of that to get everybody healthy.
PBA action resumes tomorrow with another doubleheader at the Inara Center in Montalban, Rizal. At 5:15 p.m., the TNT Tropang 5G will go for their 4th straight win against a struggling Terra Firma Jeep side that's looking to stop a 3-game skid. Then at 7:30 p.m., the defending champs, the San Miguel Beermen and Magnolia Hotshots, will hit the floor. The two sister teams are looking to extend their respective win streaks. Both games will be available on PBA Rush, RPTV, and the Pilipinas Live app.
Denise, iwan kita ulit ngayon because we have an all-NBA lineup for tonight's highlight reel. Let's start with the Pacers against the Nets. Pascal Siakam, roll it. Here he is over to Neesmith for the facial. For the rack attack, Siakam kicks it out. Neesmith attacks. And look at the Pacers bench, loving what they see from Aaron Neesmith. Naalala niyo yung term back in the 90s, in your face. By the way, Neesmith with 15 points. The Nets beat the Pacers though in this one, 112-103 for Brooklyn's first win of the season. From there, let's go to the Jazz and the Pistons in Detroit. Here's Keontae George, step back, blocked by Holland, and then goes all the way for the slam. Oh, kung mga batang Kevin Love, kaya pa yun mahabulin. But, of course, Kevin Love, with his age now, cannot catch up to the young Holland here as he goes all the way for that two-handed flush. Holland off the bench, tallying 9 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and a block. He just filled out the stat sheet. And the Pistons silence the Jazz here, 114-103. From there, let's go to Dallas. To Cooper Flag. Remember Matkovic? Yes, Carlo Matkovic yesterday, I believe. We had the back-to-back highlights of Matkovic this time. He's on the receiving end of a highlight and a poster and a stare down from this year's draft pick, number one pick, Cooper Flag. He tried to carry the depleted Mavs without Derek Lively, without Anthony Davis. Of course, Kyrie still out with that knee injury, but Flag, despite this great highlight from the former Duke, he cannot carry the Mavs. He did have 20 points, 9 boards, but Mavs losing to the Pels 101-99. Next up, this is a game you wanted to see. Wembanyama over James. That's Bronny James. The fake on Hachimura from the corner. Up fake, one dribble. Boom! 7-5 over Bronny. So, sorry, Bronny. Dapat di mo na challenge. Ano ba akala mo may chance ka pa? Against Victor Wembanyama. Woo! Woo! C'est la vie! Diba? Merci beaucoup! Wemby had 19 points and 8 rebounds in LA. Finally, same game. How about Luka Doncic doing Luka Doncic things? Creating, posting against Champagny, and then the lob to his big man Jackson Ace. Again, posting up Champagny, the spin. And then, wala na nagawa. Then there's a foul even. And I believe that was Keldon Johnson with a foul.
from behind on Jackson Hayes. That's why Luka loves having some big men who he can just throw the ball up to the lob, the finish, the foul. Hayes, 9 points off the bench. Doncic, Luka Magic, 35 points, 9 rebounds, 13 assists, 5 steals to help the Lakers beat the Spurs at home, 118-116. Back to Denise.
And before we go, a unique tennis showdown is set to close out the year in Dubai. Okay, Women's World #1 Aryna Sabalenka and former Wimbledon's men's singles finalist Nick Kyrgios are officially facing off in a Battle of the Sexes exhibition match on December 28. The match will take place at the Coca-Cola Arena. Kyrgios says he will be limited to just one serve and will hit toward a smaller side of the court. But Australian, who has seen limited action in recent years due to injury, still predicts he'll win easily. The event takes its name from the iconic 1973 showdown between Billie Jean King and Bobby Riggs, which King won in straight sets. Sabalenka enters the exhibition as a 4-time Grand Slam champion, while Kyrgios is best known for his runner-up finish at Wimbledon in 2022 against Novak Djokovic.
Okay, Sabalenka ako dito. Alam ko si mga Kyrgios fans magagal sa akin, pero medyo may handicap di ba? Kay Nick Kyrgios, although he did say he can still easily win. Medyo mayabang on his part yun, pero...
I mean, you are going up against a 4-time Grand Slam champion, so...
Pero limited to just one serve, Denise, mahirap to and will hit toward a smaller side of the court. So may handicap nga na, no? Parang kunyari, kung naglaban tayo, alam ko nagtitennis ka, pero ikaw yung may handicap.
Okay. Hindi ako ganun ka-confident.
Pero mas nagtitennis ka,
okay,
diba?
Oo.
Lugi naman ako,
I mean, I just find it very interesting that he said he'll
still easily win.
Win easily. Because we all know na, you know, back in the day...
Kasi sinasabi mo naman na sa Sabalenka sa easy yan.
Oo, 1973, it's been done before.
Si Billie Jean King.
Straight sets pa,
Straight
diba?
sets, So tingnan natin. So kailan tayo magte-tennis? Kailan?
Dyan lang.
Dyan lang?
Pero Sabalenka rin ako paano yun. Kailangan may tayo, kalaban.
Sino kalaban natin?
Oo.
Hanap tayo?
Oo.
Sige.
Ano lang, tubig-tubig. Bawal lang dito.
Parang feeling ko drawing to. That's all from us tonight, mga kapatid. Catch us again tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. for a play-by-play of the day's top sports stories.
Play-by-play is on One News. That's Signal TV Channel 8 on SD and Channel 250 on HD. We're also available on Signal Play and Pilipinas Live.
Alam mo ba't ang saya ko?
Bakit?
Biyernes na bukas
Oo nga, no?
Ba't parang di ka masaya?
Gusto ko trabaho ng trabaho. Kung pwede lang Saturday, Sunday para trabaho tayo. Diba?
Pag tumanda ka, sabi mo ulit yan. Ano, Andre Felix?
And I'm Denise Stan, sitting in for Cheska Liton-Calao. Thank you for watching, mga kapatid.